Hello, I'm Dr. Vicki Hunter, and I'm here today to introduce you to Dr. Douglas Kelley and to ask Dr. Kelley a few questions about the Metaphysics Institute. Perhaps the first question should simply be, what is a metaphysics school? Dr. Kelley.
Thank you, Dr. Hunter. A metaphysics school is just that. It teaches metaphysics. So that begs the question, what's metaphysics? That is simply the study of consciousness and existence. When you think about it, everything in life is about metaphysics. It's about consciousness and existence. Religions are all metaphysical in nature. Scientific concepts are metaphysical in nature. How we live our day-to-day life is metaphysical in nature. So schools that are metaphysical in nature teach various aspects of all that I just mentioned.
So why would someone want a degree in metaphysics?
Good question. There's a lot of reasons. A lot of our students have specific objectives. Some want to be spiritual counselors. Some want to be holistic life coaches, holistic healers. Some want to get into anomalous research. Other students want to just grow personally, spiritually. There's a lot of different reasons why, and the benefits are that they get what they're looking for. So if a student wants to be a spiritual counselor, life coach, holistic healer, they get the training for that. They get the skills for that. Same with various aspects of anomalous research, whether it's ufology, cryptozoology, parapsychology. They get the skills for that. So it helps them to reach their objectives much better. But I don't want to minimize the value of personal growth and just spiritual growth and enlightenment too.
Well, I have a question about what got you started toward building such a school.
Well, that's a good question, and I'll give you the shorter answer. All my life I've been an educator, a teacher, a counselor. My goal is to help people get past the things that hold them back. That's what I do. And I do that in a number of ways. And I have been working for the last 40 plus years on various concepts, models, things that made sense. I've watched life. I've been through my share, like everyone else has, of adversity and hardship. And I learned from that and brought that together. And about 6 years ago, in 2010, it was time. It all came together, and it was time to put this together in a way that would help other people. I'd already been teaching many of these concepts for years prior in different workshops and seminars, but I decided it was now time to put it in a much better venue, a much better format, so that more people could take advantage of it. So that's what it all came together for me about 6 years ago.
So I'm hearing that you had some very specific ingredients that you wanted to include when you were building the program.
Yes, I'm a practical type of guy, and I look out and I see adults who are busy. They got life going on. They've got families. They've got full-time jobs. How can they study? How do they have the time to study this kind of a thing? And so my program needed to be an accelerated format. It needed to contain no fluff. It needed to be comprehensive. It needed to be formatted in such a way that these busy adults could get through it easily. And so that's some of the big requirements. It also needed to contain practical life skills that students can put into effect immediately and get results, positive results. And that's proven to be the case as well. So when you combine accelerated, doable, and comprehensive, those were some of the big things that I wanted for the school.
Well, it's something that just came to mind. Would you help explain the difference to our audience between secular and non-secular education?
Sure. There are two types of education, two types of degrees that you can get. One is secular, which is your traditional universities and colleges. The other is non-secular, which is religiously based degrees. Neither one of these is any better or worse than the other. They're just different. They're used for different purposes. The non-secular or religiously based degrees tend to be more on the spiritual side of things. That's what IMHS is. We offer religiously based degrees. We don't teach any particular religion per se. Our parent is the International Church of Metaphysical Humanism, so we have a more human-centered spiritual philosophy. We teach our students to stand on their own 2 feet. We empower the individual. We teach them that they can do anything they want by looking within and not looking from without. And so our secular or non-secular degrees are every bit as valid. They're a real degree, because a lot of people wonder, is this a real degree? Yes, they're real degrees, and they're every bit as real as any other bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree. They're just different. They're used for different purposes. And another aside to this is the accreditation aspect. A lot of people want an accredited school. Well, that's great for traditional universities. It doesn't apply so much to metaphysical schools for several reasons. Number one, metaphysical schools cannot get federal accreditation. And it's important to note that many traditional colleges don't have federal accreditation either. But metaphysical schools, since they're more spiritual in nature, they each teach their own approach. And it would be impossible to try to transfer credits between one metaphysical school and another one. So that doesn't really matter so much. The thing that I encourage prospective students to look at is look at the school, look at what they teach, look at their philosophy, call them up, ask them questions, and the school that resonates with you is the one that you should choose. Because none of these schools are trying to get you. They're not trying to scam you. They're not going to hurt you. They're just trying to do their own thing. And that's true with IMHS. We have our own approach to it, more grounded, a little more objective. We teach a unique curriculum you can't get elsewhere. So we each have our own approach. I hope that answers that question.
But how does the program work then? How does the IMHS degree program actually work for people and the students?
The courses are made up of segments. They're kind of like chapters in a book. So when a student enrolls, they'll go to the course and they'll start with segment 1. And there will be study material in PDF format. Some segments have videos and some have audios. They all have the written material, and you can download it, read it on your screen, print it out, put it in a binder, which we recommend. So a student will start with segment 1. They will study that. And then in the bachelor's courses, there's a short quiz after each segment. They'll take that online quiz, consists of multiple choice and true and false. Then they go on to segment 2, do the same thing. Most courses probably have an average of 6 or so segments. Some have a few more, some have 1 or 2 less, but on average around 6-ish segments. Once they get done with those segments, there's usually a final exam, an essay, just short essay. What'd you get out of this program, and apply? And then you're done with the course. Then you go on to the next course and the same thing. So they're structured very simply, very straightforward. We also have orientation video tutorials that we show students so they can learn how to take their courses quite easily. That's how the program works. I guess I should add, when you have completed your first 5 courses, you get your bachelor's degree. And then you got 7 courses for your master's. Once you complete those, you get your master's degree. And then the doctoral degree consists of a doctoral degree assignment, which is basically an overview of what you get out of the program, how you changed. We allow for dissertations too. They're optional. But the doctoral degree assignment is required, and to me, that's the most important thing. Dissertations are nice, but not everybody likes them. In fact, a lot of people are afraid of them. I prefer the doctoral degree assignment because I can see how the student changed, and that's what's most important to me as an educator.
So the question ultimately would be, how affordable is such a program and the IMHS degree program?
That's a good question too. It's very affordable. Obviously, we have different considerations to take into account when setting the tuition rate. My motivation in the tuition is that let's automate as much as we can. And the courses are all 100% online. Everything's done online, so that is a lot more automation. Most of the grading is done automatically, at least the exams. We do personally grade the assignments and essays. So a lot of it's done online. That reduces the need for a huge staff. We just don't have a need for a huge staff because most of it's automated. The tuition is set at what we feel is an affordable rate. We're not the least expensive tuition. We're certainly not the highest tuition. I want to make this available for as many people as possible, so we've set it reasonably. In all honesty, the tuition, if this was a traditional university, it would be a lot higher than it is, at least 3 times higher than it currently is. So tuition is affordable, and we have other programs too if students can't afford the regular tuition.
Well, now there would be another question about how long it takes for a student to get through the program, reach their goals. Like, how long would it take for a bachelor's, master's, and doctoral? So what's your experience with that?
Since all of our programs are self-paced, students can go at their own pace. Whatever their schedule allows, they can go. The average student completes all 3 degrees in about 13 months. Some students go a little faster. You could conceivably complete all 3 degrees in 4 months. That's if you have the time and the budget to do that. Most students don't. Most do it in 13 months. Some do it quicker. Some take a few years to do it. There's no real time limit on it. So since it's all self-paced, it's really hard to say how long will it take you. It just depends on your circumstances.
So instructors are available then, should students need help?
Absolutely. We are readily available for students by phone, by email. We're here to help you succeed. That's our goal. We want to see you do well with it, so we're here and ready to assist.
Well, now, I'm not sure this is a fair question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How does IMHS compare? Why would an aspiring student choose IMHS as opposed to any other school that's out there?
Well, students who are looking for a more objective, scientific approach, if you will, to metaphysics will choose IMHS. We are open-minded. But we also stress being grounded. Keep your feet on the ground, your head on your shoulders, and looking for a defensible, reasonable basis for your beliefs. So we teach that. We really empower the person. We teach the person to stand on their own 2 feet, and we provide skills to do that. These are things you can't get anywhere else. These are proprietary. The Life Leadership Paragon and other things are transformative. They change lives in a positive way. Numerous lives they've changed. And so we also strive to be that great customer service. We want world-class customer service, and students are our customers, and that's who we want to help. So it really, again, boils down to, does it resonate with you? Do we resonate with you? We're here to help, and if you give us a chance, we will do that very thing.
Are you available to contact, like you or the other instructors, at any time?
Yes, we have a phone number on the website. The email address is admin@metaphysicsinstitute.org. It's on the website too. And you start with that. I am generally available. Students can call that number and get me. This is not very common, by the way, but I am here and I'm accessible. And I think that's important because I'm a real live person too. I'm not somebody you just can't get a hold of. You can call and get a hold of me. So if you want to have further questions, call, email. We respond fairly quickly, very quickly, I should say, compared to the rest of the world. With emails, we respond very fast. Usually it's within an hour or two. If it's in the middle of the night, it'll be a few more hours, but we're usually pretty fast with that.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time today. I would like to say anybody who's interested in the field of metaphysics and you think you'd like to pursue a degree, please go through the website at metaphysicsinstitute.org. See what piques your interest. And as Dr. Kelley has said, please feel free to contact him at admin@metaphysicsinstitute.org.
Thank you, Dr. Hunter.